Hey everybody, we are back on the trail again. I had to take a break from the AT down in Tennessee, Irwin to be specific. I had to get a few things straight, get things right in our minds. Wanted to come home, help our son move into his and his fiance's new home. We took our daughter to a Garth Brooks concert down at Gillette Stadium with 70,000 of our closest friends, and there we got COVID. So both of us are less than 3 weeks from being tested positive and getting that cussed man-made stuff. So this is going to be a challenge. Today we're hiking from Millbrook, Blairstown Rd down to the Delaware Water Gap, where we have another vehicle parked. And we're section hiking now instead of through hiking. So the idea here is to slack pack all of New Jersey and New York, because we've done the rest of Katahdin. It's about 162 miles. We're going to average probably 12 to 14 miles a day. And we'll be making some more videos if you're interested. So I will catch you later. This is the view from Catfish Fire Tower. It's only a mile into our hike today. We're up in the clouds, so not much of a view, but I can picture it in my mind. This is pretty neat. And this is really rugged stuff holding you on the platform. Yeah, buddy. Oh my God, there's two bears there. Yeah. And those are good sized bears. Yes,
Yo, bear.
They look 7 foot. Oh my fucking word.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. Those are big bears. Okay, we're gonna stay right here for a while.
Yo, bear.
Get out the way.
Yo, bear.
They want to be in the trail.
Yo, bear. Yo, bear.
So he's going away.
The big one's the one that scares me.
They both scare me. Yeah, you go down the woods. Get going.
I think there's berries or something right here. Look at the beautiful light.
Okay, so we just had some excitement. We either saw 2 bears twice or 4 bears, and they wanted to walk in the trail. So we had to be very careful with that situation.
And one was a bit hefty.
And the only reason I knew there was a bear there is they kind of grunted first before we ever saw him. So they kind of warned us that we were getting too close. And this is pretty. It's kind of pretty through here with the mountain laurel blossoming. I don't know if you can see that. It's all over the place.
They're not some kind of,
Rhododendron?
not rhododendron.
The terrain around here is not exactly like the terrain was in North Carolina and Tennessee. This is about the best we've seen right here. And of course it would flatten out when I start the video. But there's been a lot of rocks. Lots of rocks, making it slow going. But we shall endeavor to persevere. So this is Lower Yards Creek Reservoir. And what they do is there's an upper reservoir, and they pump water out of this in times of low demand, electricity demand. They pump the water out of this uphill into another reservoir, and then they release it from that reservoir down through these turbines, 3 turbines, and they produce 140 megawatts of power each. So it's time for us to bulldoze that dam out and stop doing that because it's not wind or solar. Okay, it's hard to see, but that is the upper reservoir. And I forget the name of that mountain, but I'll put it in. and that's the lower reservoir down there. So in times of low demand, they pump the water up here. And in times of high demand, they release the water and let it go through the turbines. Well, this is looking west. On a clear day, you're supposed to be able to see the Pocono Mountains. Down in the valley is the Delaware River. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. It's river. This is looking east towards those reservoirs I've been talking about. And I'll put the name of that mountain on, like I said. So today we've seen 2 bear and 2 deer.
Yeah, I just think you ought to take this kid now.
This is Sunfish Pond, and it is the southernmost glacially carved pond on the Appalachian Trail. Okay, so we just finished 12.7 miles. We're back at the car number 1. But if you hear behind us, you can hear the noise there. That is the traffic that's going across I-80 across the Delaware River. So technically, to finish New Jersey, we have 1 mile to go or we will have 1 mile to go. There's an ant on me. We'll have 1 mile left, so we have to do that mile today in the blazing sun. So 1 mile across the bridge, 1 mile back, 2 more miles, we'll be done today. Bye. Soft water is. So this is a little ramp, walkway they got. The trail comes down, you cross the brook, you cross the parking lot, you go under an overpass or through an underpass to get under this, and then you got to walk up here on I-80. There's a river. So the other side of this is Pennsylvania. Okay, it occurred to me that this is probably a little confusing how we're doing this hike. So let's assume that this is Pennsylvania. This is the southern border of New Jersey, and this is Pennsylvania over here. Okay, and we want to hike up to the New York, Connecticut border. But we don't want to backpack it. We want to slack pack it using 2 vehicles. So here is our 2 vehicles, and this is what we do. We drove both vehicles down here, down to the border. We parked one and then went and stayed at a campground. The next morning, we drive this car here, and then we hike southbound, grab the vehicle, and then stay at the campground again. And the next morning, we get up and we drive over here, and we hike southbound, and we grab the vehicle, and we repeat that process over and over again, hiking from north to south, yet progressing from south to north. So we end up in Connecticut and then drive both cars home.